Good evening, everyone. This is the October 22, 2025 open meeting of the Auburn Conservation Commission. It's being operated as a hybrid format under Chapter 22 of the Acts of 2022. The public can join the meeting remotely by telephone by dialing 1-408-650-3123 and then entering access code 942-845-549. The public can join by computer at global.gotomeeting.com/join/942-845-549. So materials for tonight's meeting have been provided to the commissioners and they're available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda, which is also on our website. My name is Michael Garland. I'm chairman of the commission. And before we start, let me do a roll call for the meeting. So when I call your name, please answer in the affirmative. Michelle Colross.
Here.
Ricky Arizmi.
Here.
Rachel Girardi.
Here.
Mark Sklamo said he was going to join us, but I don't see him. Tom Fallon.
Here.
All right, so we have a quorum, so we're going to proceed. Anyone who wishes to speak tonight needs to fill the sign-up sheet next to Tom. Please also note this meeting is being recorded by Auburn Cable Television for viewing at a later date, so if you wish. So the first item on our agenda tonight, 7 p.m. public hearing, Casella Waste Management, notice of intent to repave existing paved areas, install curbing, and reconstruct existing drainage swale at 49 Sword Street. Is there a motion to open?
I moved to open.
Is there a second?
A second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed to vote. All right. Mr. Walsh, are you here? Oh, maybe he's not.
He's not. Through the chair, Mr.
Yes.
Walsh came in yesterday,
Okay.
dropping off for another project, and I was under the impression he said he was going to be here or be remote,
All right.
but I don't know why he's not. His presence isn't here now.
Okay. What we can do is we can hold that matter and we can proceed once it's 7:05 to the next matter on our agenda. Just for the record, members of the commission went out 2 Saturdays ago to 49 Sword Street. Mr. Walsh was in attendance. We walked the site and compared the areas of the work described in the plan. And when he comes, hopefully if he joins us a little bit later, we can discuss it. Anyway. We have a few minutes. So why don't we just go to the meeting minutes for October 8th of 2025.
That's the engineer, yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. Okay.
No.
Through the chair, I have one correction. I'm
Go ahead.
just going to add Ricky Arizmi's last name on the August 27, 2025 for acceptance of the meeting minutes for that particular meeting.
All right, yeah, very good. So I've reviewed these and I have no changes or additions. Any changes or additions?
Nope.
Okay. There being none, is there a motion to accept the meeting minutes of October 8th, 2025 as amended, as per Tom's adding Ricky's last name to the meeting minutes approval for August 27th of 2025? Motion to
I
accept.
have to
Yeah,
abstain.
you do.
Through the chair?
Yes.
Actually, she does not. To vote on meeting minutes under Robert's rules, I was informed by Ginger
Oh,
that you do not have to be there as long as you read the meeting minutes.
as long as I read them?
Right, because they're just a record of,
They look good to me.
okay.
So I will accept the meeting minutes as of Wednesday, October 8th, 2025.
So you made, that's your motion?
Yes, that's my
Okay.
motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, is a vote.
Thanks, Tom.
And real quick through the chair.
Yes.
The reason being, do you recall a few meetings back, we had to approve minutes from 2020
Yes, I do.
that weren't done, and half the members weren't on the board, and I found out luckily that.
We could do it. Okay. Very good.
The next matter on our agenda is 7:05 PM public hearing. Insight Engineering, a notice of intent for property at 4749 Walker Road. Is there a motion to open?
Aye, motion open.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, is a vote. Mr. Broder,
Yes, sir.
you're not Kate O'Donnell?
No, and Michael is the engineer on the project, and he's on your screen up there. I'm going to
Right.
defer to him to present. I'm just
Okay.
here to help in any way I can with this project, which has been hanging around for a bit.
A bit is putting it kindly. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, when we saw you 2 weeks ago, there were changes that DEP, I think, noted had to be made to the plan. And I think we also had suggested to you that we felt that the Ecotech delineation of the wetlands was not only outdated, but we thought it needed to be redone. And so I wanted to see if there's been any progress on either of those two things.
I reached out to Kate O'Donnell, from Ecotech, who produced the report. I was informed that the memo that I had submitted with my stormwater report was the preliminary report and not the final report. So I forwarded the final report to everyone's attention. You should have it by now. I also asked Ms. O'Donnell if the wetlands flagging that she had prepared was still valid. She told me that it was and indicated that she would reach out to Mr. Fallon to discuss. I haven't seen anything since.
Well, if she hadn't been to the site recently, how would she know if the wetland flagging was still good?
Let me, through the chair.
Yes, please.
So I did speak with Ms. O'Donnell, since the last meeting, I was away those 2 days and the
Right.
following Monday, so, evidently, with that stormwater report, like Mr. Murda said, it had the preliminary memorandum. So she did forward me, was actually like Thursday or Friday, it was the wetland, it was like 5 pages of report. And my question was, because last year was a DEP, it was a drought last year, even though it was late in the season, the DEP put out a memorandum that anything that was done in 2024 would need to be done in 2025.
Okay.
Redone. So she said that most likely Kettlebrook hadn't changed that much, which it probably wouldn't have. And I told her I'd bring that to the board, and let the board decide. I was out there actually Monday morning at about 9:30 when the river was raging, and all the stormwater controls that were there, I have a video, it's on my phone,
Okay.
were in place. Did everything they were supposed to do. The water was contained just to the road area. Nothing was washing through it all. It's fall, there's leaves there and stuff, but everything that's in place is fine as far as that goes. But I was Kate O'Donnell was gonna talk to Mr. Moranis and figure out like what would be the next step. Just because it wasn't included with the stormwater report plan, and because I received the copy, when Mr. Moranis did send the email, it didn't have the attachment attached to it. But Kate did send the report. I got it Thursday, I think, and I just reviewed it and called her. We discussed it, and I wanted to bring it to the attention of the board at the meeting tonight.
All right. What about your plan, Mr. Morales? I mean, have you had an opportunity to incorporate or address the DEP comments?
I sent preliminary email to everyone and as well as the DEP, but I have not made formal revisions. I was pending the board's decision on whether or not the wetlands had to be reflagged.
Okay. Well, I don't think I've had the benefit of seeing whatever Ms. O'Donnell sent to you, Tom.
Right, yeah, it was after I sent the packets out.
I understand,
So
that's
I
fine.
couldn't-
That's fine. Well, I guess the question is this. Do you have some thoughts on the
I
matter?
have one.
Please, share them.
I think that you're right. If she hasn't been out to the site, how does she know that they don't need to be reflagged? If you're saying that you went out there and it looks like everything,
The erosion controls, I didn't check the site plan with the flags. I went into various sites in Auburn when it was pouring out, and we had just got that 1 inches of rain between 8 and 9, so it was about 9:30 when I was there,
Yeah.
which is a great time. The river was raging, Kettlebrook was raging,
right.
but I wanted to see how the erosion control measures
Right,
were
right,
standing up, and they were great. Like, there was still water on the road
By
part.
having her reflag, we're delaying this even longer.
Well, or at least confirm that the flagging she did last year, and it was probably, what, in June of '24?
I think it was May 20th through the chair.
So
And she's saying it's preliminary.
that's, what, 17 months ago? So, and also, if the DP directive is, their recommendation is that it should be reflagged, or it should at least be reviewed, then I think, my opinion, and I don't speak for the board, is that maybe she should go out there, confirm that her flags are accurate, and then just confirm that in, a one-page letter. It seems like I don't know what was contained in the 5-page document she sent to you, but I think it makes sense for her to go out there instead of speculating that everything that was done 17 months ago, is still accurate. That's just me.
Unless she's willing to put her name on it saying, yeah, everything's fine. And then if there's a problem, she's responsible for it.
So,
A couple things, if I may.
please.
There was no mention of an issue with regard to the flagging in the DEM report, in the DEP report.
Right.
Number two is, we're happy to reflag it if that's the board's decision, but that's not going to impact the plan at all because we're not proposing to impede toward the wetlands as part of this plan. There's no proposed changes to the paved area.
So, I think what after we had our meeting on October 8th, we had a discussion, and I think it's the opinion of the board, in fact, we voted on it, to have this referred to a third-party consultant for peer review. And so we're making arrangements to have that done. And so we're in the process of actually getting that project done. We've received a proposal for the work to be done. Information has been submitted to the third-party contractor, and we're going to proceed with that. So, given the, and actually, I think it's a good time to go with the third-party peer review at this point because your plan does not necessarily address, in fact, it doesn't address any comments from DEP. I think hopefully our next meeting is going to be on November 12th, which I believe is about 3 weeks from now.
Mhm.
And my hope is that by that time, the peer review will be completed, we'll provide it to you, and then you can respond to those comments.
Very good.
Okay? Anything else? Mr. Broder, anything?
I just note, Mr. Chairman, on the last hearing date, I think was October 8th.
Correct.
I think it was that morning that DEP issued their comments to the plans, and obviously, I'm not even sure you got those. Michael actually did respond to that comment thread, which again, the day of the hearing is tough for anybody to
Well, of course.
confirm that information.
But the last plan we have, I think, is dated
September.
September
Yes.
4th?
Yes. Last-
September 4th. So, and I'm not pointing fingers here. I absolutely agree with you that DP may have been a little late, maybe more than a little late in responding to the filing, but nevertheless, we're still in the process of evaluating this. We think given the proximity, I mean, the paving of that driveway, and I'm calling it a driveway, not a road, is gonna create a substantial impervious area, and Kettlebrook is immediately adjacent to that paved driveway. I actually had I did watch the planning board meeting from last week, where there was a suggestion about a guardrail being put up, and while I don't think the planning board endorsed it, it doesn't strike me as being a bad idea in all honesty, because I know there was a concern raised, no need to clap, sir. There was concern raised about the potential of trucks perhaps going off that driveway into Kettlebrook. So I'm just suggesting to you that this is still an ongoing project. We think peer review is necessary, and for that reason, I think out of necessity, we have to continue the public hearing to November 12th.
I don't disagree. In fact, I think if you think about the timing, I'm not even sure November 12th is enough time for the peer review to get done and then for Michael to respond.
We'll find out.
Or update the plans.
Sure.
Just because I know it's a little frustrating for people to come to the meetings, and I think a lot of it is, it comes to the developer side as we are delaying the project or something like that. But I think this is just a process. This is the steps we need to go through. Again, I think if you wanted to kick it out later in November, we wouldn't be opposed to that. But if you want us to come back in that early November meeting,
Well,
we certainly will.
because of the holidays, we meet once in November and once in December. So if the November date doesn't work, well, we can reschedule to the December meeting.
Okay. And just sort of for almost everybody's purpose, I want you to know, to me, that feels like it's too short of a period of time.
Understood.
And we'd likely be continuing that hearing. So
Okay.
when it comes up and
That's
that's
fine.
frustration, it's likely to happen. That's my
Okay.
guess.
All right, very good.
Through the chair.
Yes, please.
If we could actually just try and attempt to do that though, because it seems as though we keep like kicking this down the road. Because like at the last minute, it seems like there's something else or one more piece that needs to be done that hasn't been done before. So if we do December, there's probably going to be another January meeting after that as well. If we could see what you've actually been able to accomplish in November, and then maybe like get all the rest of the pieces that you need to get done by December, that would be better.
I don't disagree. I'm just pointing out it's October 22nd. The peer review will likely take several weeks.
Right.
I'm guessing we won't get the peer review much before the next hearing, if at all, which certainly doesn't give Michael time to respond,
Right.
update the plans. There's generally a back and forth with those peer reviewers. They say, hey, can you fix this? Michael fixes it, sends them the plan. They review it again, send you an updated letter that says they've addressed it.
Right.
That's
I understand.
so it's not. This is the I guess the
Right.
thing I'm trying to diffuse a little bit. This is not the owner applicant here slowing this down. You're asking for peer review, no problem. We'll do that. Okay? But now you're asking us to go through a separate process. Again, this is not a developer applicant delay here. And we did go through Graves Engineering peer review for the civil engineering piece. Just so you know, they did look at that. I'm not sure who the peer reviewer is for the wetlands matters. I don't think they do those, so I could be wrong.
Right. Okay, any other comments from the board?
Nope.
Any comments from the audience? And I would ask you to state your name and address, and if you do have comments, to be fairly brief. Go ahead.
Tim Daly, 25 Rockland Road. As the October 8th meeting, there were some things that were written down about, and I think it has to do with some minor tree clearing on the plan.
Okay.
It was asked for.
Uh-huh.
Is there any way, are you gonna discuss all the other work that has been done already with tree clearing and
Well, just so to be clear, this is a plan. I mean, we haven't approved any tree clearing.
Right.
We haven't issued an order of conditions yet. So, and I suspect the plan may change. So, again, I see this as, and again, I don't have to remind you of the history of this. This has been going on for quite a while. And I suspect there may be changes, especially if our peer reviewer believes that changes need to be made to the plan. So, I mean, right now, nothing's been approved.
Right.
I don't know if that answers your question, but
It does sort of, but my other question was, in the riverfront work, was that within the buffer zone?
I'm sorry, what riverfront? Well, I'm not sure I understand your question.
Is Kettlebrook within the buffer zone? Because on this information, it says
Oh, yes.
it is.
Yeah.
So does there need to be an additional filing for that? For
Wait.
that fee?
Well,
That's
it's,
according to this.
Kettlebrook is considered a perennial stream, therefore the Rivers Act applies. Therefore, I mean, in terms of additional filing, no.
Because on the bottom of this sheet, it says, an additional filing fee is required in the river, if the riverfront area is located in the buffer zone.
That may be an additional fee, but not an additional filing. Okay, so I mean, I can check that.
And I'll go quick on my last comment, I promise. The, long-term pollution prevention plan,
Right.
who controls all that? There's a lot of words in there that, you know, we're gonna inspect it, all sediments must be removed and disposed of. Who controls that work is actually being done?
I mean, and I think this question was raised at the last meeting about compliance, basically. What happens is that we can and we do request periodic reporting. It's up to the owner or the manager of that site to, you know, provide reports, to do cleanouts on a quarterly or biannual basis, that sort of thing. And that's something that would be reflected in an order of conditions that we would
So you
eventually issue.
control that.
Well, when you say, I'm not sure what you mean by control. I mean, the question is that there's a schedule, and we can impose a schedule of when those reports have to be submitted. If they're not submitted, then we can certainly do a follow-up with the property owner and determine whether, you know, if they're actually following through on that.
So you do follow up on all of these? that are in there?
Again,
I'm not asking.
no. We haven't, again, we haven't issued an order of
So I'm
conditions.
putting the cart before the horse.
It's some, yes, you are.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
No, that's right. Thank you. You're welcome. Anything else? Yes, sir. Your name and your address, please.
John Capilano, 61 Rockland Road.
Yes, sir.
I have a handout I just want to give to the members of the board, if that's okay, Mr. Shannon?
Sure.
And I won't be there.
Can you give one to Mr. Broder, too?
Oh, no. I got it. It's just copies of the map that we already had. I just broke it down into the details.
Thank you.
This is just copies.
Oh, it's copied that, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I have the plan, so perfect, okay. It's highlighted, I get you.
So can I sit here?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Perfect. So I have a couple of full concerns, and they're related to the handout I gave you on page 1, 2, and 3. The first concern is with the driveway,
Okay.
and,
Can you tell us where you copied this from?
from the map,
Do you know which plan?
yeah, I do. It's, I think it's 3 or 4. It's detailed, the detail map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the most recent plan, sir?
Yes.
September 24th.
Why not? Just themselves.
Okay, I got you.
Four.
I like how it's moving, that's fine though. I know you do. Thank you.
I love your plans. All right.
Focus wasn't part of my time.
Have at it. Go ahead.
So on the first page 1 there, it's the proposed entry driveway section.
I see that.
And if you look at the planning board meeting, they mentioned that there's going to be a 2-inch gap provided along the berm,
Right.
so-called, every 100 feet. I thought they mentioned every 20 feet or something, but it's every 100 feet as it says here.
So and I saw that meeting, I think the whole idea of that was to allow water to actually
Correct.
go into Kettlebrook.
Yep, but it's every 100 feet, so there's gonna be 4 maybe 5 2-inch cutouts along 500 feet on one side.
Uh-huh.
And then on the other side, you have the same amount probably. So when the water goes through there, it's gonna drain, and it's gonna drain directly into the brook, just from the land, the layer of the land. It's gonna drain out on both sides,
Right.
which is fine.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Okay,
That's something that's gonna be considered by the peer reviewer.
okay, but if you look at the drawing here, you'll notice that they have a berm.
Yes?
And the berm is sectioned in like a little, it goes up against the, well, I don't know how to explain it.
It's discussed as a transition to the grass swale,
Yeah, but the berm, which is to the left of that,
right?
that's pavement, that's asphalt,
That's correct,
right?
yes.
So you look at that and it says it's 3 inches high. But if you look at where the 3 inches are, the 3 inches goes from where the top line is to the top of the binder course.
I see that.
So above the binder course, you have another 2.5 inches of pavement, which means that you only have a 1/2 inch of berm.
I take your point, so you don't think the berm is sufficient?
A man on a truck is not even gonna know there's a berm there.
He won't even feel it.
He won't.
I understand.
Okay. So I'm concerned about that,
Okay.
and that should be handled. It says the width of the curb. The curb is, I'm just a little bit nervous here.
That's all right, you're doing fine.
So the curb, asphalt curb is what we were just talking about.
Right.
So that goes from the, that sits on the binder course, and it shows here that it's almost to the end of the binder course underground. On the right side of that berm, you see the crosshatch down below?
The 3 inches?
Yeah, the 3 inches.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the binder course. I'm under the assumption the binder course is the width of the road, not the driveway now. So if the driveway is 15 feet wide in one or two places, you're going to have the berm sticking out into the driveway on each side by 15 inches.
I mean,
On each side.
that's the detail that's shown on the plan as you pointed out.
So 15 inches on each side takes away from the width of the road, which makes it narrower for the trucks to drive on.
Understood. Well, again, we can have that, that's part of the review.
Oh, that's not talking to you.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
Okay.
And so also below the word entry, proposed entry, it says NTS,
Yeah, not to scale.
not to scale.
Right.
So this right here isn't to scale.
Understood.
Okay, so we're working with dimensions. Okay, so I don't know how wide the road is at its narrowest point. I forgot, there was some mention, and I thought it was like, was it 18 feet? Do you all remember?
No, she's showing.
I-
What did you show?
Well, I don't want to get involved with trying to find something because it was wrong.
I mean, according to the plan, the width of the road, of the gravelled area actually changes. Assuming this is an accurate assessment, and the gray area is the road, maybe Mr. Marish, you can shed some light on this. The width of the paved area does vary somewhat over the course of the driveway, am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so this is a 40 scale map. So it looks like, and again, you'd have to take a ruler. It looks like the road is between, I don't know, I'd say between 15 to 18 feet in most areas.
Okay,
I think that's fair.
okay, so I was saying 15 feet, but if it's 15 feet, you have to subtract 30 inches.
Right.
Okay, so that's a problem for the truckers.
It makes it, it's narrower.
Yeah,
Correct.
so that's,
And
so-
I think your concern is that because it's narrower, there's certainly the possibility that the truck will ride onto the swale, especially near Kettlebrook, and probably crush it
well, yes.
or
that's
do
what-
damage to it.
And or
Yeah,
Is that fair?
well, that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
But on my page 2, which is page 2 in my
So
handout,
are we now in the grassed waterway section?
yeah, we're in the grassed waterway section,
All right.
okay?
Okay.
Can I just get a piece of paper from my chair?
Sure, of course.
Okay. Yeah, the orange. Thank you. Okay, so on that grassed waterway section, you have dimensions. So there's a 1-foot dimension here, which is the width of the waterway.
Right. That's
One
what's shown.
1-foot dimension, and there's a depth there, and I'm estimating maybe 6 inches deep. In the center, you see a 3-inch depth,
Right.
and then you go below that, so I'm thinking it might be 6 inches.
It might be less.
It may be less, it could be more.
Right.
So this is what that looks like in actuality. That is that waterway section,
Okay.
okay? And if you look at the map there, this edge of that waterway starts at the end of the the bottom section of asphalt,
Right.
whatever they call that.
The grade, well, or it's identified as the existing grade.
Yeah, existing grade, yeah,
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah. Top of the road.
Okay.
Right.
So that's where that starts. So it blends in right there at the top
Uh-huh.
of that pavement. Now, the water is going to flow through this at 500 feet. This is going to be 500 feet long.
Mhm.
And there's going to be 4 cutouts of 2 inches every 100 feet. There'll be a cutout to have the water escape. So when the water goes in here, it's going to be running down grassed areas because you have grass showing this. So they've actually planted grass in this waterway. And then it comes up to grade again, and then it goes into the brook. Okay?
Well, I mean, again, my thought is that, and I think I understand your point, there's a concern about scarring, there's a concern that if the velocity of that water, if we get a good storm event like we did a couple of days ago, there might be washouts, and perhaps that area, we'll call it a swale. Maybe it needs to be riprapped instead of because that would then, and it's more durable, and wouldn't be subject to the types of washouts that I think you're concerned about.
I'm concerned about the washout, but I would call this a gully or a ditch. I wouldn't call it a swale because a swale is usually wide, so you don't really see the water flowing in such a narrow area.
All right, yep.
All right, so that's my terminology for this right here is actually a ditch.
Okay.
So when they plant the grass is going to grow. And it's going to keep on growing until somebody cuts it. Well, how are you going to cut that if it's this contour? No lawnmower's going to cut it. Someone's not going to go out there with a weed whacker and cut it. No one's going to do that.
Okay.
So the grass is going to keep on growing and growing, and the weeds that will grow are going to get higher than the grass. That's maintenance. You mentioned maintenance,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
And it says on the map there, on the one I handed you at the bottom, it says operation maintenance. It says, during the established grass line channel, every rainfall, periodic, they're gonna be monitor this thing a lot.
Okay. So they say.
So they say,
Right.
okay?
Mhm.
Who knows? So as the grass grows, we're gonna have encumbrances to have the water keep on flowing down.
Well, and again, keep in mind, this has not been agreed to, this is on a proposed plan.
Correct.
And it seemed, and again, there's an acknowledgement that if significant erosion does occur, it says a temporary line may be necessary. Well, I mean, to your point, if there's a threat or a likelihood of erosion, perhaps a grass water whale, swale, or ditch, or whatever we want to call it, maybe that's not the best method to channel this water.
Right, well, they don't have a lot of room there
Understood?
because they're gonna be already in the, the brook area, and there's a dimension there, which I don't know,
Okay,
that you can't go into.
okay,
But anyways, so now if you go to map number 3,
right,
that's the vegetation buffer.
correct.
Okay. So the vegetation buffer, this is a nice little map here, a little plan.
Right.
But we had some discussion about this at the planning board last week. And I talked about the arborvitaes. The chairman said that he was quite familiar with arborvitaes and he's been working with them for many, many years and he can discuss arborvitaes and he said that's not going to be a problem. But I'm also an expert arborvitaes and I think that that's going to be a big problem.
Okay,
And the reason is because the arborvitaes drop needles.
okay,
And Mr. Reagan said, I know that.
okay,
They drop needles, but they don't drop them outside of their branch area. So they drop them straight down, okay? But if you notice, that arborvitae has a dimension of 1 foot to the left of that, to the center line of the tree,
right,
okay?
Mhm.
So that's 1 foot sticking out, but it's 3 foot vegetation buffer.
right,
Okay, so when that tree grows, arborvitaes will have a footprint of about 7 feet anyways,
right.
around the
And they grow quickly.
around the diameter.
Right,
And so if you say 3 feet, that tree is going to be sticking over the top of that road.
so you don't think they have enough room to grow?
No, I'm saying that when they drop their needles,
Mhm.
the needles they tend to lock into each other.
Okay,
So you have like a beaver dam.
okay,
So, and you can't break it up, you have to really rake it hard to break up the needles because they're so entwined with
Okay.
each other. So all of those needles are gonna land in that angled area where you see grass.
and you're concerned there's gonna be a washout into the brook?
I'm concerned that the water's coming down there, it's not gonna do anything except run over the needles
Okay, and possibly go into the brook?
and go into the brook.
Okay,
Right? So, and another thing is that when the needles fall, they're acidy, and they kill the grass under the tree. So you look at arborvitaes, there's no grass under the arborvitaes, okay? Which means that all that grass you see there for 180 feet, 170 feet, is not gonna be there, because it's gonna be all needles.
okay,
So that's not gonna work.
okay,
All right? So I'm just bringing these things up that I notice and so it's gonna cause blockage with those needles. So I'm not sure that the arborvitaes there are the answer. It's a good thing for noise, but I'm not sure they're the answer. And what Mr. Reagan brought up at the meeting last week was that, well, you're gonna plant the arborvitaes, they should
Staggered.
stagger them. Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea because now you're getting into the brook area when you stagger them because you can't go any closer to the road. So I don't think that's going to work. And that's what I want to say about that.
okay,
And then the last thing, which is what we already referred to, was the guardrail. And I just think that that should not be a consideration, it should be a must. Along at least the brook side, and perhaps even the abutters side on the south side of the brook. Because those trucks are gonna ride over the so-called berm, which I don't consider that a berm, but they're gonna, and the snow plows, when they plow the snow, they're gonna tear up that asphalt all winter, if we have a bad winter. So that's a big problem, and that's the reason why I really am trying to emphasize that you need guardrails. Now, I'm talking about substantial guardrails, like the ones you see on the main, I know, like in 290, not the double, not the concrete ones. I'm talking about
You're talking about a metal.
metal with wooden posts.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm talking about. So that when a trucker hits it, he's gonna know he's into it, right? And he's gonna say, I gotta back up and get out of here, right?
Right.
He's not gonna back up over the other side and cause more gullies and more water runoff. So those are my points that I want to make tonight.
Okay.
And I wanted to mention it because if you're gonna postpone it, which you did already, at least the
Continuing it,
people, yeah, the continuation, at least they'll have something else to think about.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Really?
Really? Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay,
All right.
thanks.
Any other comments
Thank
from
you.
the public? All right, so is there a motion to
Oh,
continue?
there's one more.
I'm sorry.
Just a brief comment on Al Rafferty, Fall Street. Just one comment. Planning board approved project with conditions.
Mhm.
And what the conditions were, that conservation, whatever if you approve the project, you will wind up approving some of the conditions that they put in place. And so if you make any changes to the conditions they're requiring, the question is, do they wind to have to go back to the planning board again?
I mean, I haven't seen, did they vote on it at the
They
last?
voted on it contingent on
Yes.
approval by the Conservation Commission and what they need to do. So from their standpoint,
Uh-huh,
everything that's on that plan is good for planning purview,
right.
but anything, they basically put the ball in Conservation Commission hands.
So to answer your question, Mr. Rafferty, I think we have to, whenever we close the public hearing on this and we issued the order of conditions, then I think it would go back to the planning board so they can issue their final order. Okay?
Thanks for clearing that up. I just want to make a comment on the flagging.
Okay.
I have here a memorandum from Ecotech to Arbor Recycling. And I just find it interesting that the Department of Environmental Protection said that because the flagging was done during the drought year, that the flagging should be redone. Now, let me just repeat that. The Department of Environmental Protection said the flagging should be redone because it was done during a drought year. And the person from Ecotech said, I think everything's fine. I just find that amazing that someone in that professional position would make that kind of comment and contradict environmental protection. And if I could just read from the memorandum. The memorandum says, included is the attached sketch map provided Ecotech's plan to explain the work that was done and to facilitate locating wetland flags and other identified resources. It is neither intended nor should it be used for any other purpose. And then in bold wording, this memorandum is not intended to be used as part of a wetland filing. A formal wetland resource evaluation will be provided for that purpose. And so,
We're aware.
so the flagging really seems like it's completely up in the air.
Well, they're gonna have to redo it. They're gonna have to be checked and submitted to us again, sir. Any other questions? In that case, Mr. Bruner, I think at this point, we agree, or are we in agreement that the hearing be continued to November 12th with the caveat that if the consultants or the peer review was not completed at that time and Mr. Marinus hasn't had a chance to respond to it, we would then continue the public hearing to December or maybe even later?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Can I?
Yeah, through the chair, there's just one more question. Have we decided whether or not we were gonna get that reflagged, or is that,
We, s-
are we doing that?
we, at the last meeting, we said we wanted it done.
Okay,
I mean, if you,
so,
I mean,
and they're doing it then?
Mr. Berner.
So I can tell you that there was an October 15th email from Ms. O'Donnell from Ecotech to the board, and DEP was copied, the chairman of the planning board was copied, you were copied, Mr. Chairman.
Mm-hmm.
Others were copied on the email attaching a copy of the formal wetland report, which wasn't previously provided. And she says, I can refresh the flagging if necessary. The delineation was completed in May of 2024, so I would not expect there to be any significant changes to the wetland boundaries since then.
Right.
And I think that was the last, any kind of communication with regard to flagging. So, look, if it is deemed absolutely necessary and you want Ecotech to go out there and do it, I think they can do that. I think it's gonna delay further your consultant's review, because I'm guessing they're gonna want to go check the flagging, which, I'm just kind of
I'm,
playing out how this is going to extend.
I understand that, sir, but I'm
We don't
also-
mind redoing the flagging.
I think
It's not
we've
a problem.
got some guidance from DP that says, yes, it needs to be redone.
Sure.
So I want to follow DP.
I think
I'd rather be belt and suspenders on this if you don't mind.
Sure, it's not a problem from our end. I think overall, we feel it's not gonna make a difference because
Right.
the road is where it is,
Mhm.
and we're trying to stay with the road being where it is
Understood.
because it's a redevelopment project. So we don't want to get any closer to the wetland. That's really the reality of the situation. We're trying to stay away. That's why we're limiting the width of the road and some of the comments that are made. We don't have a problem making improvements to this site to make it better. We're trying to be the least impactful as we can.
Mhm.
And I'd add, we have gone through quite an extensive review process with the DPW in town, assistant town engineer and engineer. Through the land disturbance permit, it was an exhaustive review of the site as proposed and the improvements as proposed, including the swale issue or as Mr. Capuano put it, the ditch, which I liked your color cut out there. It was good. I'm a visual person, so that made a lot of sense to me. We get it, but we're trying to satisfy the DPW, try to satisfy planning board. Now we're here trying to satisfy you folks. So we don't mind. It's just we're going down the path of more time being needed. Is all.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One question before you close the hearing.
Yeah.
There was a couple mentions about the DEP requiring updated wetlands. I don't know where that was noted.
Was it,
It was an email because I spoke to Kate O'Donnell on the phone,
uh-huh.
and that was her response after our conversation as far as like being a drought year. She immediately sent that out. And I can produce a copy of that.
Is there like a written directive or some sort of?
It's, she had some links on there to DEP saying that because it wasn't a full drought till later in the season, but as you recall at Athens Street, that was flagged around the same time, and DEP had put something out that any flagging that was done in that year for a project should be reflagged.
Okay, so I guess if you'd like to see or get access to that link, we can provide it to you.
That would be great.
Okay. All right, so we're going to continue, and I'll ask for a motion, but we're going to continue the public hearing to November 12th with the understanding that it may be continued to December at a minimum. Is there a motion?
I move to continue the public hearing for 4749 Rochdale Street, Rockland Road, sorry, 4749 Rockland Road to November 12th.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, it's a vote.
And through the chair, I'll put that on for 7 p.m.
Yes, very good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir.
What is it, November 7th?
November 12th.
7.
Did you second that, Rachel, or did Ricky? You seconded, right?
Sorry, I got it. I won't.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, gentlemen.
I look forward to seeing you in Charleston.
Yeah, I do.
So through the chair, yeah, like I said, when I spoke to Mr. Wash when he was in yesterday dropping a filing for Hardscrabble Road, yeah, I'd believe you said he was gonna be here this evening, so I don't know.
I knew.
Just
There he is.
retired.
Perfect.
Even-
Knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, Sean, thank you.
Blood pressure's come down.
Oh, good. Believe me. Oh.
Well, thank you.
Did you notice how we, kept reading me out of that?
What's that?
Did you notice how we kept reading me out of it?
The amount of notes I took, I think you had an idea.
This isn't official business, but I was gonna congratulate Mr. Rafferty for moving to 48 Rockland Road, which must be right across the street.
Sure, that's not true. He said he lives on Paul Street, doesn't he?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. In any event. Oh, that's bizarre. So, Mr. Walsh, you're here for the 7 o'clock public hearing.
Yes.
So,
My apologies.
so that's all right. We figured you'd show up. So anyway, as I noted before, Rachel, myself, and Megan, before she fell and broke her ankle, went out to the site, compared the site conditions to the plan. I mean, I have no additional comments. Do you, Rachel?
No, thought we've got, thought everything looked good when we went.
Yeah, exactly.
And you walked it through with us very thoroughly
Along with Benny,
with Benny.
so
He
can I make him a junior?
appreciated the trucks,
I'm
the
gonna
truck
make him a
tour.
junior member of the commission.
Yes.
So in any event, if there's no comment, sir, are you here for this meeting?
That's my dad.
Oh,
Sorry.
hello, sir. How are you? You making sure she's not getting in any trouble?
Checking in.
She's doing a great job, by the way.
Yes.
Fellow civil engineer.
And she didn't pay me to say that. All right. All right, if there are no comments, do you have any comments?
I do have a comment. I have an admission at our site walk. You brought up the question about a waiver.
Right.
And I misspoke.
Okay.
We were requesting a waiver, and I should have said that at the time, didn't think of it,
Okay.
for a full drainage analysis based on very little
I
change.
mean, you're
in
basically,
gradient.
it's not a new project, you're repaving, it's an existing project, so. All right, I don't have any comments. Do you have any comments, Michelle?
No.
Okay, Ricky?
Nope.
Rachel?
No.
And I don't know what happened to Mark, that's something just to come up. In any event, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I move to close the public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Okay.
Opposed, it's a vote. All right. And with any luck, we will get the order conditions out this evening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay? Great. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for waiting.
And through the chair, as we do need one more person on the board, I don't believe there's any restriction to a family member if somebody felt inclined to join this board.
Well, he's a little young, you know?
No, I'm talking about,
Yeah.
I'm talking about her dad.
I don't know, civil engineer from Eversource.
Sir, how old are you, sir?
Like,
Right. You're interested in joining the board?
Is he in Auburn?
Yes, yeah, we all do.
30-something years.
Yeah, I think that qualifies.
it would,
1994, I believe.
Looking for somebody
May
else
of
too?
just through the
Tom
chair.
and I talked,
It would just be like, what kind of skills would we need, like a civil engineer when you're considering projects that involve civil engineering and wetlands and other things, that's all.
Yeah, I think you're qualified.
Absolutely.
But seriously, if you're interested,
Sure.
we'd love to have you, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm getting ready to retire, so.
All right. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. Thanks, Dad. Are you? Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sitting in. Oh, yeah. Now. Now I know where my new.
About a water project though,
Oh, this, right? Isn't this?
that I am interested in.
That is, correct, so I gave them to the board members, that's on our next, unforeseen. That is the slides, that they were gonna send out, which he sent out by email, so I printed out
Can I
copies.
Just in
share,
case
like,
we have any gas,
outside of
we
this?
should pay
We'll talk.
attention to.
Chair.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no problem.
I'll get
Fantastic.
you in the loop. Bye, Dad.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Sorry.
That's great. Okay. So through the chair, for
Yes.
the business, 10 Prospect Street will be submitting by Wednesday. They're planning on going to planning board. They have this stuff going for that, for the fire station. I went out there and I was able to take video with my camera. And basically the only water that was still there is in the paved area,
Okay.
the very bottom. As you know, it goes, as you recall, we did the inspection of that, it was a, what was it? It was a street light or a parking lot light
Yeah.
right next to there.
Yeah.
And that's that road that goes down. So the paved portion is there is the only area that it puddles.
Right.
The area that's open is further up.
Uh-huh.
They are looking, Chief Coleman is looking to have DPW save the town a little money by removing the pavement instead of having the contractor do it.
Sure.
And they want to try to do it pretty soon, but they want to make sure they have erosion control measures and do everything correctly.
When do they want to break ground on this?
They want to get the pavement and stuff going, but I imagine like in the spring, as soon as
Yeah.
it's,
It's-
the weather permitting, they can open it up. And they're going through planning at the same time because they want to be ready with guns blazing, if you will, in the spring, once the weather's here to get the project going.
Okay.
On time and under budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so we talked about Rockland Road ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed or addressed Kate O'Donnell's correspondence.
Yep.
So we actually have to do an order of conditions for Sword Street. So who wants to take a crack at it? She's a newbie.
I need my stuff then. I didn't
No,
bring my stuff.
No. No, you go to Croatia.
And I didn't even
You're gonna
go.
do it.
You know,
I didn't even look at it. Hold on. I wasn't even there for the looking at it. Oh, God. Here, give me the rest of the stuff too, because I don't even know what the project is.
I can't remember what the project is.
That's the kind of a thick one. The book for that one?
Yeah.
For the two, yep.
Anyone?
That's the one.
we have to do it tonight though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wing my way through this.
Wow, you read that? Impressive.
Yeah,
Wow, that's phenomenal. Evelyn Wood's got
Excellent.
nothing on you, Michelle.
right? Listen. You're gonna have to help me with this one, like,
All right.
I don't
So
really know.
what it is that they're actually, it's, part of the sewer line, the Sword Street is failing. And so they're gonna basically,
This is Goddard Drive, we're doing Goddard Drive?
Yeah, we're doing Goddard Drive pipe.
Okay, all right.
Regulation bylaw.
Oh, Sword
They
Street
have it
Garden
online, but
Drive.
it's so much better having a
Yeah.
paper.
Okay,
Thank you. I
all right.
and so what they're gonna do is they're gonna actually,
Thank you.
they're gonna put in inserts to the sewer pipe.
Okay,
And in order to do that, they're going to have to dig up the road and put these inserts in.
Catch up, I'll do it.
all right, cool.
Okay.
You know it,
Yep.
'cause I got nothing on that, so thank you.
All right, have at.
There is a buffer, Joe. There is a buffer zone, though, correct?
Yes.
I make a motion to assign a standard order of conditions and Conservation Commission order of conditions, special conditions.
Yep.
Number 1.
Yep.
I'm going to skip number 2.
No, don't.
No?
We always like to have an as-built plan.
Okay. Number 2.
Yep.
Number 3.
Yep. There's no replication required.
Number 5.
Right. There's no riprap.
Number 8.
Yep.
Number I would assume this is not happening during the winter time.
Yeah, 9 doesn't apply.
Okay.
10 doesn't apply.
Eleven doesn't apply. Number, I'm gonna say number 11,
Okay,
if they have to clean up
Right.
before they start.
that's fine.
Number 12,
Okay. I think that's probably all you need.
okay.
So the motion is standing order plus 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 11, and 12. Any other suggestions?
I'm gonna retract 12.
Okay, yeah, because I think that's fine. All right, so I repeat that again. Standing order, the motion is standing order plus 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 11. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, it's vote. Okay. And then for, and now of course, for Mr. Walsh's projects, which is 49 Sword Street. Anyone? Bueller? Anyone?
Go ahead, Vicky. You're all warmed up.
Just. Okay.
This one's repeated.
Okay. I make a motion to issue a standard order of conditions plus Conservation Commission order of conditions, special conditions.
Right.
Just repeating. 1, 2, 3, 5,
Yep.
8,
Yep. I think 9 applies.
okay, 9, 11,
Yep.
and 13.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, it's a vote. All right.
I just want to mention to the chair,
Yes.
for clarity purposes. So, given that stormwater report that we got that was received, hard copies the day before the last meeting, and those comments were issued at 6:17 that evening when the applicant was remotely in Connecticut.
Yep.
When he forwarded the email, Mike, I think you got the email, that was it was the stormwater, it was supposed to be the Ecotech report for the flagging, which had no attachment attached.
Yeah.
She sent that, no, yeah, that's the comments, right? She had sent that, and by the time when I talked to her, it was actually after the packets actually ended up going out to you guys. I just felt like, I could bring it to the meeting, but because it wasn't even attached as part of the stormwater permit, and you had discussed it before, I didn't feel it was necessary to bring in a copy of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And the other thing is, she did immediately after our phone call say, oh, well, I disagree with our conversation that because according to DEP, the drought didn't occur till the end of the summer. She had a couple links on it. I didn't even click on them. She was gonna discuss with Mr. Moranis, as far as what the next step was. So I'm sure I'm gonna reach out to her and say, we're gonna flag.
If we have our peer review,
Mhm.
and we can get that done now, even if they do, say they flag them this
right,
before
right.
or after, they can just match up the flags.
So what's on, right,
I
right.
mean, what we can do is we can actually send whatever she submitted to us to Mr. Walsh.
Sure.
And he can, I mean, it's not gonna change his conclusions. But what we're primarily interested in is what impact paved area is gonna have and
Mhm.
what, on Kettle Brook and whether they've done enough mitigation, you know?
Mm.
I mean, I look at that plan and I don't see a detention basin, which I think is needed, and I'm no expert obviously,
Mm.
but I'm not sure it's adequate.
And at the planning board meeting, because you were able to watch it, they did discuss at length that one storm scepter drain. The oil and water separator that was located in the corner. As the slope goes down, then there's the trench box.
It's the only one, right?
And that's the only one on that
It's
site.
enough.
I think so either.
Yeah,
Not for that
and the
big.
snow is planning, will be pushed. There's a curb going around, a cement curb. They're planning on stockpiling it and pushing it down where it's not stabilized yet. They're gonna stabilize it, riprap that area where they put the jute. Half of it's grassed, looks great, the other half is just wood chips. And he said that's gonna be stabilized and have riprap. That's where they're planning to put the snow. And obviously that snow that's getting pushed there is not going through an oil and water separator.
Right.
You have diesel exhaust fluid, motor oil, diesel.
And I
You know.
think Mr. Capuano made a very good point.
Mm.
That if there's just an asphalt berm, that they will get pulverized.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
for a
and-
season.
Yeah, so,
Cape Cod berms are made to park on, you know what I mean? I have it on my street. They're smart because if you have people parking, you know what I mean? You're not driving up on a thing.
and I think,
So,
But even the one at the post office,
the post office, oh my, don't even get me going there. Because that's owned by the town. The lot is owned by the town, the post office.
was that right?
Oh, yeah, and it's
that was the
contentious.
silliest thing I've ever seen in my
I
whole
know.
life.
That-
Like,
That curb will kill somebody, you'll kick your knee on it.
It's-
It's just, oh
I had to
But
buy
it's
4
still
new
a-
tires because of it.
my
Yeah.
God.
I had AAA come, so embarrassing. That little town,
Yeah, I don't go anywhere near that. The
No.
whole
Hit my
side right
tire.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
got a flat.
It's
Like-
it's just high.
but,
Yep.
okay, but still, like, after the winter, you have to put it back in place because the snowplows hit it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's all a mess, and it
Yeah.
moves out of place. So
Right.
the
Yeah.
snowplows are definitely gonna just,
Mr. Walsh did mention yesterday too, he said as far as once everything's in place and the firm is hired for peer review, he would be available to site visits like whenever. You know, like,
Good.
he has the materials. I gave him the materials, the September 4th plans, the stormwater report,
okay.
some of the other stuff, the DEP comments and that. But obviously, we don't have a contract with him yet.
It's just, I didn't wanna like postpone until December because
right.
it's always,
Yeah.
I wanna see what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, that's,
all right, is there any other business?
There is something really quick.
okay.
I went out last week to 320 South Street. Our friend, Mr. Lundgren.
Oh,
You recall that big parcel of land that's in like a sand area?
yeah,
So if you recall, it goes way in and there's like a sandy berm that goes along. It's pretty high, probably 5-6 feet.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to be here at 1:30, called him, didn't get there till after 2. And what he wants to do is he's proposing to move the house further away from the railroad tracks towards the other side, which would put him a little bit outside of the 100-foot buffer zone. It's about 35 to 40 feet. And the reason being is because where the house is now, the driveway going down, going in will be very close to the railroad tracks. And I swear to God, a train went by while I was there and I took pictures and I'm like, good God, you gotta move that house away from the railroad track. A little, you know, I mean, he did give me a plan. He was unable to come tonight because him and his son, who's now an Auburn K-9 officer, he's retired, doing training in Canada, but he will come to the next meeting if you want him to. What he wanted me to do is to show the drawing showing approximately where the new location of the house will be, you know, moving it further away.
when did they come before us?
Oh, he bought that property.
I am betting, I can tell you, hold on one second.
Yeah, he bought it like 3 or 4 years ago. We've given him an extension. He just got an extension
Oh,
actually.
wait, the 320,
this
I
year.
was thinking Silver Street.
Yeah, he got an extension on the order of conditions this year, like February, I think we gave him one.
Okay, all right, so this is the newest plan?
So so he's gonna have, obviously, this is a septic plan, but
Okay.
he's gonna have a building plan. And when he has a building plan, I said, well, when you have a building plan, you have it located on here, but they're probably gonna wanna see that, because what he wants to do is see if he needs to do an amended order of conditions,
Well,
because it's,
but if he's outside the 100-foot buffer zone, we don't even have jurisdiction, right?
I think we do, well, it's not in that area, but we do because of the proximity to wetlands on the whole site. That's what triggered it. So
Okay.
it's basically, I mean, if you want to take a quick look at it, I told him I'd present it, and if you guys felt, yeah, he should come in and just explain a little more detail.
Yeah.
I do have some pictures here. This is showing the stakes, and it's kind of, I wish I had a chance to label them a little better. But this is one of the train actually going by. You can see the trees. So the way the topography is that little area where the house is now, you can see the berm, right, it's missing the berm in that one part. So there's a berm and it's open and there's a berm. That's where he was gonna put the house. But to put that house where it was, he'd have to cut down a stand of trees right there, which would, yeah, if you saw the train go by, it was really close to the train tracks.
So is this moving
That's a
here?
train, correct. So, right, the red is where he wants to move it to.
Trees.
So he wants to move the entire house.
40 feet that way.
Right, 40 feet that way. He wants to stay out of the 100-foot. He's like, I'm gonna get close to it, but I don't want to go into it. I said, no, that's,
It's fine.
But wouldn't his scope of work require him to be in this?
he would have to put his erosion controls basically like on the line or inside the line.
Yeah, right. I see.
Right.
We'll have jurisdiction.
Yeah, and I'll get a copy of what the order of conditions were too, because I'm sure on there is like, notify us when you have erosion controls and that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, very good.
But when the train went by, it was absolutely like, you would need to move that house further away because you'll scare the bejesus out of anybody sleeping in that house.
Did he know that when he bought the property?
I don't think he did, because, I don't know, like, this might have been the plan.
I can hear the train across the
Right,
lake
oh yeah,
in my house.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Across-
airtight
yeah, goes right across, yeah.
Here every day,
at night.
Yeah.
every night.
Do you- can you-
Long-
Well, I'm sure he'd be feeling
on
that.
Drive,
He's
yeah.
still gonna,
And
he's
I
still
hear
gonna
it on
go.
Polly Way.
Right, yeah.
I'm on Polly Way.
Yeah,
so
oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
right near you.
You're right there, yeah,
So, here's some quick pictures anyways, just to show you.
twice a day.
One other thing is, Mr. Kravosky, I sent a picture, he was on the front page today. What's funny is he called for the order of conditions for 7 St. Mark that I said, Tom, there was a little mistake, because you had the book and page, but there was an amended page added to the original. So he said, you don't need to have both, you just need the one. But he recorded it, and while I was on the phone, I said, Glenn, I have a question for you about Northern Pike. I used to fish at Flint Pond a long time ago, and he said, Todd, I'm not kidding. I'm at Flint Pond right now, and they're doing a story on me in a telegram, and here it is about this. And I go, what are the odds of that, Glenn, huh? I'm telling you. He is out in the field.
Oh, boy. All right.
He's putting a ginormous house on this lot.
It's a big lot. I mean, the area that's not wooded is about a third of it.
Folks, before you all go, we need a motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Again.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's a vote. All right, everyone, thank you very much.